Drive rush to keep it going. And whips! They're wide open! Player one, low heavy. Okay, here we go.
Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation?
What now? Drive rush!
Player one is in perfect execution with the anti-air.
Wraps it up with a throw! Player one was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Brushes that off and keeps going. There's a punish count. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Sees it coming and blocks it out. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Snipes them out the air. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes to the overdrive. Impacts a no-go. Sonic Boom. Uses the target combo as a filler. Still slugging it out at this range. Checks him with the boom. Drive rush to keep it going. Reverse spin kick? Both fighters planning something? And whip! They're wide open! Brings the Impaler! Life lead is the overhead denied! Player one needs to use the pressure. Finishes things off with authority with that big punish counter. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? They get the wall splat, and now the opponent is defensive. They couldn't escape the pressure of the impact. Player, this is going to hurt. Knockdown. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. How much damage can they do? And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Life lead opens up. Check gets him. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Drive reversal in the corner to hold on to that position. Player two chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Experiencing burnout. Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Risky up-close scrap still going. Life lead is there, but still any KO. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. Super Meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? Player two is just about out of drive after that. Plenty of life left in both fighters, but a big difference in drive. How can they use this to their advantage? Player one has them legit shook in the corner. What's the play here? The timer is down to half. Will this super art connect? So they break forward to pressure the opponent. This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Beautiful setup with that attack. Player two has used up all of their drive gauge. All right, what's coming up next? Player two needs to deal with this burnout. They block the overhead, and burnout activated. The super doesn't hit. Throws out a projectile. Less than 20 seconds remaining. This round may end via timeout. Will either fighter do anything before time's up? Even with both, the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player one in there. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Will this super art connect? Player 1 has the meter lead. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time.
Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first?
Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Upping the pressure with these baby booms. So, what's next? Both fighters planning something? Not much life difference. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Checks him with, oh my, the slow tank. Okay, he uses their drive gauge. Raw super art incoming. What were they thinking? Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Tons of space between the fighters now. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? A fireball at that range? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. Sonic boom. Blocks the overhead. Experiencing burnout. Checks him with the boom. This is gonna hurt. Burns out. Player 1 with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Both fighters' drive gauges might be burned out. Crowns them from above. Jumps. Flatline them. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. Are they going to press on the attack or hang back? Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Burnout is triggered. And a super activation, looking to score some juicy damage. Their super art gauge is KO. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Hits them with a stopping block. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Going in? Burnout activates. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Upping the pressure with these baby booms. Player experiencing burnout. Doing some quick planning? They're both driveless. This is gonna get messy. A super art? Times the super doesn't hit. Both fighters planning something? Jump? Nice spinning back knuckle. KO! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. Checks him with the projectile. The drive impact netted them a sweet punish catch. That should teach him you can't just throw out moves. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out, pressuring them in the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Perfect time to spend the meter. All right, what's coming up next? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Gets the jump in. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Taking stock. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player 2 has depleted their drive in there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Extending that drive gauge. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Ooh, that last round went right down to the wire. We don't know who's going to win, but with both fighters evenly matched, any small mistake is going to end up being costly. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Both life and super art gauges are not looking good. Time to grind it out. Finishes with the throw. Player one took no time to finish that fight.
Round one. Fight.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Big gap between the two fighters. Will they throw out a fireball?
Sonic boom.
Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Okay, both fighters are taking a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Trying to read each other here? Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Okay, creating some space here. Throws the fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Good parry here to try and make something happen. Sonic boom! Player one chases them down. Taking stock. Oh god, this is tense. KO! Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Overdrive art checks him with the boom. Sandblast! Holds out with the block. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. They've got nowhere to run now that they're in the corner. They break things off to take a quick breather. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Sonic boom! Anything can happen. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player one has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. So, what's next? Springs forward with the drive rush. Going in? Looking for a chance. Doing some quick planning? Midway through the round, expect to see our fighters settle into their grooves. Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Checks him with the boom. KO! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.